I am making some steak and cabbage here. Just slicing up the cabbage. I put about 4 or 5 little slices of butter into the bottom of the pan. I usually use a whole stick of butter. There it is. I will slice the rest of that up and put it in after I'm done slicing the cabbage. But usually I just slice the cabbage, you know, horizontally and then vertically, and it ends up in just like chunks like this. So it wasn't a huge head of cabbage that my husband had picked up, so I mean it should be a decent amount, but what I'm going to do is cut that up, get it into the pan there. It's been a pretty hectic day here, so I'm just defrosting my steak in the microwave, and then I will brown it in a pan over here. I don't know if I'm going to marinate it. I probably won't marinate it. I'm probably just going to dump some dressing in while it's cooking, and maybe some mushrooms. And then I have to cook some potatoes and slice them and put them in there. But I will be back to show you what it looks like once I'm done cutting everything. I'm back. I just cut up the rest of my butter and the rest of my cabbage, and it is now frying in there. I'm going to give it a little stir. I have it on medium heat right now. My steak is just about defrosted, and then I will put that in a pan, fry it up, and I will show you that as well. That's what the cabbage looks like now after it's been cooking for a little while. I have 3 decent sized potatoes here that I'm going to cook. Here's my mushrooms in my French dressing that I'm just going to let sit there while I fry up the steak tips, and then I will add them in towards the end. But okay, I will come back in a little while to show you our progress. Here are my beef tips all cut up, or steak tips I should say. They are on medium heat as well. Here is my cabbage. Whoa, talk about steamy. I'm just gonna, it starts to brown a little bit, like, but that's normal. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm doing this like lopsided. I'm holding the baby. Shouldn't be, but I am. Real life, it is what it is. Mom life, you know. So anyway, there is my cabbage. I'm going to actually turn this down to cook on low right now because we don't want it to burn. Some pieces browning, that's fine, but we do not want it to burn. I turned these again on medium, and I am going to grab another spatula and flip these around. Like I said, once they are good and brown here, I'm going to be adding my mushrooms, and I believe my potatoes probably are done, so I'm going to, guys, I just heated my potatoes in the microwave. I sliced them, I put like an X in the top of them, and popped them in the microwave for 8 minutes. They should be soft, and then I just cut them up in cubes and throw them in here. So my steak is starting to brown now. My steak tips are almost browned. My microwave is still beeping at me because my potatoes are in there. Cabbage is cooking. While that is cooking, I am going to chop up the potatoes and add them to the cabbage. And then I'm going to throw my mushrooms in there. Okay, you guys, here is my steak tips with mushrooms, as well as the French dressing. This is the French dressing I used. Ken's Steakhouse Country French. So I used enough of that just to cover the mushrooms that I had in the bowl. You saw that in a prior clip. And then I dumped it all in here towards the end of the steak tips browning. And I did add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water, just because that is a thicker salad dressing and I did not want everything to burn to the pan or anything like that. So turning that on low. It's on low. Cook it on low. And I went ahead and cubed up my potatoes. Some are thicker chunks than others. Just stirred it in there, and I'm cooking that right now on about, I don't know, a little bit less than medium heat. So I'm just cooking that for a little in there. and I will show you the finished product once I plate it up. And that is my steak and cabbage. I was excited to make this. We haven't had it in a while, and I had mentioned in the grocery haul that this was one of the meals that my dad used to make a lot. One of his favorites before he got sick. For those of you that don't know, the 8-year anniversary of my dad's death is coming up on the 30th of this month. So there's the steak and cabbage, and I will show it to you guys once I plate it.